Hi everybody, it's Claire back with another art journal video, and in this one I am again using one of Natalie May's brand new collage papers. This one is from the paper called Independent Women. These images are just so beautiful. I'm loving the colours, the painterly marks on them. They're so expressive. I just cannot help but keep using them. So yeah, there's more of these to come. So I'm just going to stick this image straight into my journal. This is the large craft journal, popping it down at the bottom of the page pretty much because I'm going to pull the image out onto my page. So if you've got Dina's paints, it's pretty easy to match these colours. So I think I've grabbed sapphire, lapis and sky, I think, and a bit of white. And I'm going to start by just adding some dark colour into the bits where it pulls out onto my page, just to help start to blend those edges. So for me, starting with the colours that are already there is the very easiest way to do something like this. And keeping my marks loose and free, I'm not thinking about covering the whole page, and I'm pulling my marks down onto the collage paper just so that I can kind of create that that feeling that the image flows onto the page and it doesn't just finish. So that was lapis to start off with, I think, or it might have been sapphire. I actually think it was sapphire. Then I'm just going in with a bit of white next, and you can see there are some lighter colours, and I'm just adding some lighter marks over the top of those darker ones that I've added first. I'm going with quite loose painterly marks. Then I've got apricot, and I'm just going to add some colour at the top of the head just to start to try and blend that out onto my page. I am, here I was just looking at proportions. I am going to think about adding some hair, because you can see there are some strands of hair already on the image. So I am going to be painting over the top of this. And then I got a bit of that apricot left, so I thought I'll just pop a bit more onto the face and blend it in with my finger. And then that helps the top bit that I've added match a bit better with the rest. Okay, and then I was like, oh, I've gone over the eyes. So because it was still wet, a wet baby wipe will just help lift some of that off. And then I thought, okay, I'm just going to pull some of that back as well that I've just added. Then I'm going in with, oh, it's marine, isn't it? I think I've got here. And just adding some more marks over the top. I am drying each layer as I go, just so that I'm not going to create any odd colours. I want the colours to stay pretty true to what they are, and not get too kind of messed. This is night, so it's a really lovely dark purpley blue, and this works quite nicely as the darkest colour on the top here. More of those kind of brush marks. And then I think I went in with blackberry, because in some places I could see more of a purpley tone, you know, where it was kind of round the face where it was really dark. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to work with that and just go and add some colours that are a bit darker around there. And of course I'm pulling those out further as well. And it's always worth tipping your journal up right, because an image can look very different when you have got it laid flat to how it'll look if you lift it up. This is a really thin paintbrush. It's got a proper name, cannot for the life of me think what it is. I'm just using this to pull some hair strands onto the face, using the guideline of what's already there and just adding some more colours on, using the blues and lighter tones that I've used on my page just to create those strands of hair kind of coming onto her face. And you can see how that has now blended out the top of the head into the page. So I don't now need to worry about that top bit looking a bit odd. So now I'm working on the warm colours. I'm going to start pulling these colours down. So I've looked at the colours that I can see in the bottom part of this image. I've gone Tangelo, Rouge, Tangerine, and I'm going to start building the colours down at the bottom of the image, a bit like I have at the top. So I've added those colours on already. I think I might have ruby as well. And then I'm thinking, okay, I'm just going to lift a bit of that off. That's gone a bit heavy. as long as your paint's still wet, it's worth remembering that you can go in and lift paint off your page. So if you've done something and you think, I don't like that, it doesn't work, just don't be afraid, just go in and lift it away. Then I'm starting to build up those more painterly marks using my brush so that it matches the rest of the image. This is tangerine now, and I think I'm just going to start adding some little splashes of that, because you can see that's kind of giving a warm glow to that left hand side of the image. So I want to just pull that onto the page so that it kind of all marries together. Okay, so now I've grabbed white. I want to add some highlights onto her hair, and I'm using this, I think, is it called a striper brush? It's really thin, just to add some nice marks, wispy marks on. This is a stencil I designed for Natalie May for one of my monthly classes. It's like a diamond shape, and I'm just going to use iris and add a little bit of stenciling detail onto my page. I'm also going to use Natalie's graffiti stencil, or is it called scribble stencil, with a little bit of blue, a bit of sapphire, just to add some more detail onto my background. Then my technique for getting easy paint onto my stamp, this is a really old text stamp. I'm just going to scribble that Posca pen onto my glass mat and add the stamping onto the dark. So this is just to start to introduce a little bit of contrast, because it's quite dark and I'm absolutely loving how it's working together so far. And I'm going to do the same with my dotty stamp and just add some dots onto my page too. And then I was thinking, okay, so now I want to think about some words. Oh, and then I also used a bit of raspberry. I wanted to add some kind of warmer areas to my page, give a bit more of a pinky glow. I love this raspberry, it's so pretty. I'm just smudging that on with my finger. And then I've grabbed quite a thick Posca pen, and I'm just going to add my quote into this space on the left hand side. And that is how this page came together. So lots of fun using these images. I am absolutely loving them. They're so striking, so bold, such pretty colours. Yeah, I can't wait to have another play. My journal is going to be so full of these images. There we go, that's it. So thanks for watching. You've all been asking for this video. Yes, it's here, there are more to come. I hope you've enjoyed watching how I've pulled this image onto my page, and I hope to see you again soon.